like things aren't going your way, I think a break is absolutely necessary. And there's no better place for somebody living in the UK or Europe to come to a place like this, really enjoy this place in its true entirety.
In this video, I will take you on a boat tour which encompasses all the best beaches that Algarve has to offer. This tour includes all the main attractions that you can see in a span of 2 hours. But before we do that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification, as it really helps out with the growth of the channel. So without further ado, this is the boat tour in Algarve, Portugal.
So I'm in the stunning Algarve right now. Okay, it's my first day in this amazing, beautiful place. I'm so glad to be away from England because of its terrible, terrible weather that we're having for the past week, basically. This is basically, I'm on the 6th floor of my apartment. That's my apartment G. But before you go in, actually, let me show you what I've got, what kind of view I have right in front of me, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Really, really beautiful. Algarve is a stunning place to be, especially when you haven't been anywhere during the pandemic. Let me show you. Look at that. Right over there, you can see the stunning blue seas. And obviously with lush greenery right in front of it as well, with like white houses right over there. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, actually, let's go check out the apartment and show you what did I ended up getting, basically. So I'm staying here for 4 days, so for 4 nights, I suppose. I paid about 130 euros or 120 euros actually, and it's on the 6th floor, which means I get a really nice view.
This sunset is probably one of the best sunsets I've ever seen in my entire life, especially from an apartment view. It was truly a magical experience. Moreover, the apartment itself was very spacious, with a double bed and kitchen and a bathroom. And you can find plenty like these in and around Algarve. You've just got to find a very good deal, which you can easily do on either Agoda or Airbnb or even bookings.com. After that, it was time for the actual boat tour.
I cannot explain how glad and blessed I am to be actually enjoying the sun right now, because I've had absolute hell of 10 days or last 14 days of pure rain and wind to deal with and cold to deal with in the UK. So right now I'm at Praia de Roca. That is where the trip actually starts. So you come and there are like a bunch of like stalls that you kind of go to. It's very quiet, so not a lot of people around. So let me show you. So right over there's loads of stalls, and you can go to these stalls and you can book. So this trip actually costed me 20 euros for 2 hours. I'll actually go to the caves and basically spend 2 hours there and basically go out to the sea. And I'll show you how that would essentially look. But you can see it's a bit windy. It's about 25 to 27 degrees. Really beautiful, really stunning, and I would definitely recommend that when you guys come here, come to Praia de Roca and book Benagil caves, which is the best thing that you can do in Algarve, to be honest with you.
When you come to the coast of any beach in Algarve, you'll see plenty of these box huts that sell you tickets for the boat tours. You can easily find one for as cheap as £20 or €20. That includes the tour of the beaches, including lunch and a swimming session. But I do recommend that before buying anything online that you may think is cheap, it's best to go to these shops if you're looking for a more budget-friendly option. The weather was absolutely lush, and it was the perfect day to be out and about on the sea. So off we went to see what the beaches of Algarve have to offer.
So they also said that after going to the benagil caves, we'll actually go to the marina beach to swim as well. So I'm going to be showing you that too. So it's 2 for 1 on this one, and I hope you enjoy it.
One thing that never ceases to amaze me is the incredible variety of beaches in the Algarve. Some are long and have wide stretches of white sand, others are tiny, secluded, and surrounded by steep cliffs, yet others are rugged and wild. There is truly something for everyone in this place, hence why it's known as having one of the most beautiful beaches in the whole wide world.
What a beautiful place. Wow. Really vibing right now. Look at that. Absolutely stunning.
And no matter how many times you come here, you won't be able to thoroughly see every single beach because it's so vast and intricate. And even just recently, Algarve's actually won the World's Travel Award as Europe's leading beach destination for the 10th time in a row. And it's often compared to the Great Ocean Road in Australia or Pacific Coast Highway in America.
This is the life. If you're stressed and you're like things aren't going your way, I think a break is absolutely necessary. And there's no better place for somebody living in the UK or Europe to come to a place like this. Really enjoy this place in its true entirety.
The first beach that we visited was Praia da Batata and Praia Dona Ana, and these beaches are known for plenty of sightseeing and scenic views, and you may not appreciate these sights when you visit them on foot because you won't be able to look at the beach itself from this direction, but you will be able to see one of the most beautiful sunsets from this beach.
Cave behind me is known as the Contraband Cave because people used to come over here, and as you can see from the top there, they used to put the drapes down and used to actually drink alcohol in there. Very nice place though, I must say. Definitely a place where you can chill.
In my recommendation, the best place to stay is Lagos or Albufeira because both these big cities in Algarve are key for booking these boat tours and seeing as many surrounding beaches in the shortest way possible. And you can do this multiple times a year as it's very convenient to get here from anywhere in Europe. But I also would recommend hiking these places as well, as the boat tour goes past really quickly. Therefore, you'll not be able to see everything quickly, and you'll like them more if you visited them by foot. And for that, I recommend doing the 7 Beaches hiking trail. that starts near Portimao. If you have any questions about that and want to know more, just put your questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as possible.
So this is called the Lover's Cave. So right now entering Lover's Cave. The history is that people used to come to this point on a boat and stay right there to do all kinds of nasty things to each other, I suppose, without anybody checking them out and looking for them. So, you know, whatever that means. But yeah, really nice place, absolutely stunning.
The municipality of Lagos demolished quite a few rocks here in order to expand the beaches, and it's because they want to make it more safe for the visitors. Therefore, you may not be able to see these carvings as they are in the video. It's still a very nice and clean beaches that offer stunning views for days, and you will not be bored. That I promise you.
So, arriving in right now. The first beach is, this is the first beach basically. You know the 7 hiking trail video that I did? You can see that that was the first beach I started from. I didn't even know how to pronounce it. I think the lady right now is explaining to me how to say it. But the views are stunning. The sun is stunning. I really can't complain. And I think most people won't even care where you go up because it's so glorious to be here.
After that, I went to Praia do Camilo, which is actually my personal favorite beach. I've hiked there a couple of times and it's definitely breathtaking. It's actually located within short distance from Praia de Dona, but it's much smaller and much quieter. It was practically empty when we arrived there, and it felt like a secret piece of paradise. Therefore, if you want to avoid the crowds, I would recommend not going in summer or any peak season. But if you have it all to yourself, it's as good as it gets.
This is called the Temple of the Rocks. I don't know whether you can see, but you can actually swim underneath that. The water's not that deep. So yeah, when you come over here, and if you're a good swimmer in deep waters, I would recommend that you should check this place out. Definitely looks like a temple, doesn't it?
If you're visiting Algarve in the warm season and feel a bit more adventurous, I recommend hiking and kayaking in this region, specifically in the Lagos area. Not only will you see the nicest beaches from the water, but you'll also be able to visit some stunning grottos and sea caves as well.
So now I'm in the Skull Cave. Apparently it's shaped like a skull, although I can't see it. But I'm buzzing, honestly. I don't even think I'm going to remember any of this, but believe it or not, this is why I actually make these videos. So I can look back and see how amazing this trip actually was.
Exploring these caves and quiet beaches along the coast on this boat cruise was truly an experience that I cannot forget. Soaking up this luscious sun and admiring the beautiful views of Algarve was nothing short of a dream come true. And if you want to maximize your chances of enjoying this to the best of your ability, then make sure to plan your trip smartly.
So this is called the Navigator's Cave right behind me. And I don't know what you can see, there's a face of an old man there with a chin and a nose right there. So apparently he's navigating where the thing is, where I suppose Africa is, or South America is, I suppose. But yeah, so this is the Navigator's Cave right here. Stunning place, of course, as usual, as everything is in Algarve, or maybe I'm in a habit of saying everything is beautiful, but it is. I'm at peace.
These sea caves are actually fascinating because they don't get a lot of sunlight. They have their own habitat, and the creatures you find amongst these rocks you won't find anywhere else in this area or the world.
Yo. Wow. Literally inside the lighthouse cave. Okay, there's a lighthouse right above me. Look where I've come from. It looks glorious outside with the sun. And of course the cave itself is absolutely stunning.
During the summer, the Lighthouse Cave is open for tours on Wednesdays at 2:30, 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. It's a fascinating tour and lovely view from the top as well, and it's definitely worth the visit. But during winter, unfortunately, this cave is not open to the public, so it's of little interest other than the landmarks on the 7 Hanging Valley Trail. You can still hike this place. It takes about an hour walking along the cliffs to reach this lighthouse above.
Of course, we're out of the lighthouse cave. You can see the lighthouse right above.
Bear in mind that the lighthouse itself is not very scenic, so the best views that you will get of this area will be from the boat. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this place is free to visit on foot, and there's plenty of parking available, so you could walk along the beautiful cliffside walk to get there. At this point, I would also like to mention the guide and their contribution on this trip. They made this experience extremely holistic and helpful, and explained the significance and history of each of these cliffs, hence why this trip was filled with coastal myths and secrets.
Arriving at Benagil Cathedral, because it looks like a cathedral apparently. Is there.
To see the cave and this cathedral, a boat trip is always a better option, especially if you're scared of swimming and kayaking to this area. And throughout the coastal stretches between Pera and Ferragudo, there is a large collection of grottos and caves and natural arches, and these are only accessible by boats. You can also go to the Benagil beach, but you can only reach there by kayak, as I wasn't allowed to get off the boat. It is therefore important to know that it is not possible to rent the kayaks for solo excursions.
Disappointing revelation is the fact that I'm not allowed to get off the boat, which basically means that I have to stay here and see this in all its glory without having to really enjoy it. It is what it is.
In all fairness, it was a bit disappointing to see the cave but not being able to experience it properly. But it gives me a good incentive to come back and do it again.
So approaching Praia de Marinha, and this is a rock that looks like an elephant. It definitely does. You can see that.
After spending quality time at Benagil Cave and swimming, it was time to head back to the dock. All in all, I will give this trip a solid 8 out of 10 and would definitely recommend that you guys should check this place out as well. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do when in Europe.
So arriving back now, looking absolutely stunning as usual in this sunny Algarve. I'm gonna go grab some lunch now as well. My hair's all messed up as you guys can see, but that was an incredible trip. 2 hours, well worth it. Too bad the benagil cave, we couldn't really go in and take good shots because the lady told me we're not allowed to dock there. There's no place to dock there. That's why I couldn't really jump off. So, and the water is really cold. Just keep in mind when you go to Praia de Marinha and they tell you to go for a swim or something. But I hope you guys had fun on this trip with me, and really appreciate you joining me as well. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.